Hey, so I'm here with another book review. This one I read on my Kindle, so I don't actually have a hard copy of the book, but it's called If Angels Burn. It's the first book in the Darken series by Lynn Veal. And let me just give you a background on this. I picked up the fourth book in the series, let me look, Night Lost, years ago, and I started there, and I read that one, and it was really good. Like, I didn't realize until after I was done that I was started 4 books into the series. It very much could have been a standalone book. And I continued to read through the end of the series from there. And it made sense. The gist I've kind of gotten is that the first 4 books tell each individual stories and each individual character's story. And then starting with the 5th book and on, all the storylines kind of start to intertwine, and so I was a little bit lost, but I just got to know the characters as they showed up in the later books, and it worked out. It was fine. But I decided recently that I was going to go back and buy the first 3 books, read those, and then finish the series again, just to kind of see if I got more from it. So If Angels Burn is the first book, and I had never read it before. And so basically you have Dr. Keller, who is a plastic surgeon, gets called in by this really rich guy who won't leave her alone to do surgery on him, and she refuses to go. Eventually, I think they kidnap her, and she gets down there and she sees him and his face is totally mutilated, and she's not really sure why they called her in until they find out that there was an article written about her previously saying that she was the fastest plastic surgeon in the world, and he automatically heals. So he needed someone who was fast, who could do the surgery before he actually healed. And so she ultimately ends up doing the surgery, only to find out that he is what they call Darken, which is very similar to a vampire. Like, he's basically a vampire, and so, yeah, it kind of goes on from there, their interactions. Dr. Keller also has a brother who's a priest, and he plays into the storyline a little bit. And I thought it was a really good opening book to the series. I will admit to you that Night Lost, which is the 4th book, it was the first one I read, and I loved it. Like, I thought it was holistically a fabulous novel. And the ones after that were good. They just weren't as great, and I got the same kind of feeling from this first one, so I don't know if maybe that 4th book, at least for me and my personal opinion, was the peak of the series, and I thought it was fabulous, and maybe it was just the character that one focused on was the character I really enjoy. I don't know. But, so, and I thought she did a good job of kind of setting you up for the next books, and there were mentions of the characters that I get introduced to later in the series, and so I thought that was nice to kind of get those first little just mentions of them, like, oh, there's this guy, and oh, there's this guy, but they don't really introduce you to them. And so I'm excited to pick up the second one and continue reading, and I'm really excited to finish it out. There's a series that she started after this one called the Kindred series, and they're linked. So I wouldn't read the Kindred series until you've read the Darken series. And I've read the first one of that as well, and I'm hoping that once I finish this series, I'm going to continue on to the Kindred series, and I think she's got 3 or 4 published, and I've only read 1. And then I think as well there's another series involving the same kind of world, and so I might pick up that one as well. But I really did enjoy it. I liked it. That was redundant. But yeah, it just wasn't fabulous, but I would give it a try. It is a good series. So yeah, that's all I got for you. Bye, guys.